Hey, I'm trying to get more regular with my video uploads at this point. Trying to put something up around once every week. But I've been looking at what I've had, and it's all basically the same thing. You know, review of a gun here, shooting something here. The camera test was something interesting, but I don't have anything really practical. So I figured today, do a whole bunch of things at once, test out the flip video on something other than a gun cam, testing it for a low light, and trying to get some practice in shortening my videos. They've all been about 10 minutes of me rambling, nothing much interesting. So today, I decided to break down the gear and such that I would use when I'm out in the field. This is really my heavy-duty kit. I've only used this whole setup about a total of 4 times, 4 days, probably about 20 games. But during the course of those 20 games, when I'm playing serious with this kit, I have never once been hit. So this is my hardcore setup, I guess you would say. Now, I'm not going to get all ghillied up for the video, because that takes too long, but I have that sort of thing. Really, the first part of my gear, really useful. Best bang for the buck, I guess you would say, in terms of my setup, is my vest. It's pretty straightforward. It's sized for me to be wearing a lot more than this, multiple layers and camouflage and all sorts of that stuff of that nature. But it's got all the pockets you could wish for and more. But when I'm going out, I take a serious sniper role, and there's more. Need to carry more stuff than little pockets can hold. So I have this really heavy-duty backpack. This is a Maxpedition. I believe the model is a Kodiak, but this has so many pockets. It's like this vest, but on your back and bigger and tougher. This is... I can carry all my gear in this, and I'm not concerned about any of it breaking. It's easy, it's comfortable, and as I pull stuff out, I'll get it set up. Now, next best thing is weapon of choice. Anybody on my channel has probably already seen this. This is my TSD SD96B, an L96 replica. I've done a couple basic modifications. Put a low type bore barrel, 6.02, that's why I say low. Padded up the stock, sealed up some of the air escape and stuff like that, and it still functions really great. It's a kick-ass gun, but it's a little bit heavy at times, but I still love it. Unfortunately, that doesn't fit in the bag. The next is a rifle I haven't brought out. Something I only use in more of a CQC round. This is UTG Master Sniper, modeled after an M40. Now, I've had this for so long that it's much lighter weight, the weight is much more centered at the back, and I use it usually without sights or with a small, low power optic, simply for quick engagements, because not forcing the bolt, that's smooth motion. And I can hit the 5-gallon bucket underneath that boat back there 90% of the time. That's all I need. Next is the sidearm. I carry the 45 replica that I mentioned before, and something with these. This is a spring pistol, and a little trick I use with my secondary mag. In the case that you hit this little button that ejects all your BBs, put a strip of thin duct tape over the top, so when you inevitably hit this, your BBs don't go flying all over the place. And when you need to use it, you just rip it off, and you're good to go. Carry that right here, snaps in place, and the extra rat mag goes in the vest. Next piece, something is a little bit extra, more just for show. is a tornado impact grenade. Only used it a few times, but it's useful and it's very good for intimidation. Gift wrapped. Usually carry this right here. Now, when I'm going out, it's often in the winter, sometime where you're really padded up and it's cold. And then, in that case, I have a pair of Loadout camouflage fingerless mitten gloves. These are brilliant because I can have my non-firing hand covered, or even my firing hand covered. And when I need to go to take a shot, after I've been sitting in the cold for a while, I can expose my fingers without having frostbite on the fingers that I'm trying to shoot with. That usually gets stuffed in the bag. Now, the main reason I bring the bag is because on a sniper spotter team, tend to be lacking a little bit of firepower. And with the advantage of the folding stock on the compact G36, this can slide right inside the bag. I've carried this bag out with me in all the serious engagements. When I set up an operations post, I leave it there. And it's a great backup. My spotter can carry it, and then we can engage targets with a little bit more suppressive power. And if we're being trailed back to our hide, once we get there, we can have set up a hasty ambush with an automatic weapon and something they're not expecting. A little bit of deception thrown in the mix. It's netted me more than a few hits on other people. Now, part of the thing with being a sniper is stealth, and a very important aspect of that is noise. So I don't carry my BBs in a little plastic case like this, because you can hear when you're walking, gives you away from 100 yards easy. This is a little case. I picked it up from I believe it was Drew 918. It's essentially a sunglasses case, and you can hear I'm shaking this as loud as I can, and this is not even filled. It would be softer when it's filled because there's less room, but this is my BB case. Probably holds 500 easy. I'll put a link to the video of that in the description. And I always carry a speed loader, just in case I'm to run out of ammo. In one of my sniper magazines, it's very important to have the backup. When I'm going out and I'm playing serious, manual rangefinder. Because once you hit distances of about 30-35 yards with rifles like these, the drop-off starts to get extreme. You really need to know the difference between 40 and 50 yards is a big drop when you're trying to hit a target, especially if it's concealed or only part of them is showing. It can be very difficult to hit, and you really need to know the range you're shooting at. Sometimes I might carry out a bipod, but normally I'll just stuff that in the bag because the L96 is already very front heavy as a piece of equipment. Adding the extra pound plus on the front doesn't help with trying to travel over long distances. Now, finally, when I go out, I'm not going to pull all the stuff out of this bag, or I'm definitely not going to put it on, but this is all my different ghille equipment. This is the wrap I created for the L96, which I might go into detail in a different video. This is my face mask, the one piece of equipment for camouflage that I bought from the store. Ninja Turtles, for those of you who watch The Russian Badger. And the rest of this is headgear, leg concealments, and chest concealments. And actually, last but not least, when I go out, I'm starting to pack the flip video. I can't show you it because I'm recording with it right now, in this shockproof case. And once you're all geared up, good hunting.